You're looking at an aerial view of Ocean Grove, New Jersey, as this community gathers for a very special and historic event. Hello, everyone. I'm Bill Jameson, along with Kathy's Hispanic, and we're out here to help celebrate the 100th anniversary of the E.H. Stokes Fire Company with their Centennial Parade. And Kathy, Ocean Grove is literally shut down today except for this parade. It's going to wind its way up and down through the streets of this community. Right behind us we can hear the bands warming up, but this is actually the end of the parade, and we're in store for one very special parade today.
Bill, it's great to be here with you today on this special occasion. Organizers say we're in store for one of the biggest parades to hit the shore area in years. There's going to be 23 different divisions with about 15 marching units in each division, including color guards, pipe and drum corps, and a host of marching bands. Local officials will also be here, as well as a full of firefighting equipment that dates back to the turn of the century.
Well, as I said, the bands are just about warmed up, and that was sort of the end of the parade, but we're going to be back with the full coverage from start to finish right after this message.
I know a place where the fish are this big, but I don't know how to get back there.
My four-wheel drive can get us anywhere.
Some four-wheel drive, you should get this thing fixed.
When you need professional four-wheel drive service, call Mac at ATS Transmissions. Located on Route 88 in Lakewood, ATS specializes in four-wheel drive repair. Whether automatic or standard transmission, transfer case, or differential, it's for ATS. So when you need reliable four-wheel drive repairs, call ATS Transmissions. They've got a grip on quality.
Welcome back to Ocean Grove. We are celebrating the 100th anniversary of the E.H. Stokes Fire Company. Kathy, 100 years is a long time for community service, and I think the parade today is going to really show just how much support this community continues to have for the company.
You better believe it. It's very important to have these dedicated firemen who are always there when we need them, Bill.
This is Stokes is one of 3 fire companies here in Ocean Grove, but that centennial mark is quite an achievement. Beautiful shot of Ocean Grove on a beautiful summery afternoon. Let's go up now to PA announcer Pete Stagg, who's going to give us a little background on the history of Ocean Grove.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to witness the greatest parade in the northeastern part of the United States. It all began in 1886, the story of the Stokes Fire Company. Their first call was in 1886. Have you ever thought what it would be like if Ocean Grove did not have a fire department? What would we do without our selfless corps of volunteers who constitute our first line of defense in every emergency? In the very earliest days of Ocean Grove, our town has been blessed with a large army of firemen. Therefore, we have never had to face those questions. This year, 1986, marks the centennial of one of those pioneer groups on call 24 hours a day to save our homes and our loved ones, the E.H. Stokes Fire Company and the Ocean Grove Fire Company. And now, let us celebrate this 100th anniversary of the Stokes Fire Company, and let us start with the celebration now.
Well, thank you, Pete Stagg. A little history on the fire company, the Stokes Fire Company. We see the marching units from the United States Army, their color guard. We saw the Neptune police scooter just passing us by. And this is just the beginning of what's going to be proclaimed as one of the biggest parades to hit the shore, as you said a little earlier, Kathy.
Bill, we did see the police scooter go by, the color guards. We also have the United States Marine Corps color guard. And following that Marine Corps color guard, an old buggy with Grand Marshal Bill Gilbert.
50-year member of the color guard with Ocean Grove.
United States Navy Color Guard.
Following him, we had the United States Navy Color Guard.
Our assemblyman, Anthony Doc Spillane, and Joe Palea.
We also see Frank Pallone coming up in a horse-drawn carriage as well.
It's wonderful that all these open vehicles can pass their stand, Kathy. I know there was a little trouble earlier in the day.
Also on
Some rain. Go ahead, Kathy.
Oh, we are so lucky with the weather, Bill, that it did clear up. We also see Neptune Township Mayor Molinaro with Frank Pallone, former Mayor Lawrence Lawson, as well as other local dignitaries making their way onto the reviewing stand. Senator Pallone.
As they get ready now to step up under the canopy over the reviewing stand, we're going to hear probably our first of many bands for the day. The United States Coast Guard is approaching. And Kathy, there's going to be a number of prizes, I believe, for some of the units that are going to be participating in this big, very big parade.
Prizes as well as trophies, monetary prizes. It should be very good.
That's right, our first band of the day, the United States Coast Guard Marching Band and Drill Team.
Following close behind, Bill, we have the United States Coast Guard Drill Team.
And they're all under the direction of J.C. Utall. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. Excuse me, Commanding Officer Utall, if I mispronounced your name.
Coming up behind them, the Ocean Grove Board of Fire Commissioners float.
Another one of our aerial shots.
United States Army National Guard units.
Another group that's always ready when you need them.
That's right,
Run
Bill.
into those emergencies. It's nice to be able to call on somebody.
Parading out of their headquarters in Seagirt.
We are at the reviewing stand in front of the Francis Asbury Manor Methodist Home, Kathy, but this parade is winding up and down, in and around many of the streets here in Ocean Grove, so that many people are going to be able to just sit on their front porches, the comfort of their living room for that matter, and be able to watch this parade go by.
That is the best part of the parade. Imagine just coming straight out, bringing a lawn chair and enjoying and not missing a thing. As I mentioned before, we do have several divisions. The U.S. Army National Guard unit, the first division of many to come.
That's right, Kath, many to come. There's a beautiful shot of this summery Saturday afternoon here in Ocean Grove. A nice aerial shot of the historic community of Ocean Grove. And Ocean Grove has been noted for many, many things, and I think this will probably continue in the list of events that Ocean Grove is very famous for.
Definitely down in the books for a big day, that's for sure. As we see the auditorium on this aerial shot. Isn't that beautiful?
Great auditorium of Ocean Grove.
Recently refurbished as well. Looks beautiful.
Certainly does. And the weather is beautiful. I want to mention that we had quite a bit of problems a little earlier in the day with our crew that got here very early to set up this morning. Suddenly, a typical summer thunder shower swept in off the ocean, which is just a few hundred yards east of us. And we are just, there's a shot of where we are. We're right in front of the Francis Asbury Manor Methodist home on Stockton Avenue, I believe. And getting ready to enjoy many of the units that are going to be marching by in this parade. We are going to see one heck of a parade. I think everybody's going to enjoy this. There's going to be a number of marching bands. There's going to be drill teams, fife and drum corps, and it's just going to be a lot of pleasant events happening this afternoon. And here are the people of the day from 1886 to 1896. The E.H. Stokes Fire Company celebrating 100 years of community service.
They certainly are proud today.
They've got to be. They've got a lot of friends from all over the East Coast who are out here to help celebrate this special in their history.
100 years of service to this community.
Dr. Elwood Haynes was the first president of the Ocean Grove Camp Meeting Association, and they owned a horse-drawn vehicle which served as their first firefighting apparatus. They've upgraded quite a bit, and as you can see, this is some of the first upgrading. It's 100 years ago that they first made the call and asked for volunteers to join the Stokes Fire Company.
It's a beautiful piece of equipment. Following that unit, the 1939 antique pumper, we have the Stokes Fire Company 50-year members car. Also coming up close behind Bill, we have the Stokes Fire Company emergency truck, the Stokes Fire Company pumper,
"100 years of service."
The emergency truck and fire company pumper.
Quite a bit of equipment we're going to see out here today, Kathy. This is just some of the apparatus. Like we said, we're going to see equipment that dates back to the turn of the century. There are fire departments represented from many of the neighboring states who are just out here to help celebrate Stokes' 100th anniversary.
What a difference from that 1939 pumper compared to our new pieces of apparatus that we have now.
They all help to get the job done throughout the years.
Following close behind, we have the Stokes Fire Company float, which has several of the chiefs on the float.
Stokes and Eagle Fire Company.
Chief Moy and Chief, I can't see his name. Sorry, we're missing that one. Our apologies to the chief.
The Ladies Auxiliary of Ocean Grove, First Aid.
And of course, our First Aid Squad, number 1.
There's some members of the Ocean Grove Boy Scout Troop. Troop 41.
Following the First Aid Unit of Ocean Grove. Believe it or not, another division has gone by, Bill. We also have another police scooter which will be escorting.
The music is coming from the Bound Senior Drum
We
and
have
Bugle
our
Corps of Scouts.
Drum and Bugle Corps, the Bound Senior Drum and Bugle Corps.
They should have about 15 to 20 marchers in this unit. Just one of, again, many drum and bugle corps we're going to see during the course of this parade. They were organized in 1935, and their headquarters is in South Bound Brook, New Jersey. Okay, go ahead, Kathy.
Following that, we had the VFW Color Guard following the Drum and Bugle Corps.
Neptune chapter. Veterans of foreign wars from Ocean Grove riding by in a van. And now we see some more marchers coming up the street, another color guard. Seems to be spaced out very nicely. There's a band and a few marchers, a color guard, and then another division begins all again. And we're going to see that many times over today. Just a tribute to the organizers of today's parade, Kathy. I think quite a bit of planning went into this event.
You know, although we do have the sun with us, Bill, it's very windy as you see the flags flying freely.
Yeah, folks at home probably hear the wind blowing in our microphones, but we're going to try and bring you a lot of the music that these bands are performing. We were lucky to beat the thunderstorms, though, Kathy.
That's for sure. There were some marchers there from the Bound Brook Drum and Bugle Corps, part of their marching band. Sound very good. Another piece of equipment coming through.
This is from the Washington Fire Company.
And they celebrated their 100 years in 1979.
One of 3 of Ocean Grove. Proud years protecting this very proud community.
It's a great day for the Chiefs to also get out and take a ride and have a good day.
Yes, this could be considered a pleasure cruise, I suppose. They don't have to respond to any fire, and hopefully won't have to. It's nice to be able to enjoy this summery afternoon. A bit windy, as we said, but still pleasant. We're lucky to have the sun.
This is Washington Company. They had their 100th anniversary, 1979. Stokes is having theirs today. Eagles will have theirs in 1992.
Kathy, I believe that's about the end of the 3rd division. Let's go to Bob Lampinen, who's in the crowd out here today.
Well, thank you very much, and hello, everyone, and happy 100th birthday to the Stokes Fire Company. With me is Bill Pumper Schwartz, the resident expert on firefighting here in Ocean Grove. And Bill, first of all, you got a great day. You have to be pleased with the parade.
Oh, I'm pleased, more than pleased for when it was this morning.
Tell us you know everything there is to know about Ocean Grove. Tell us about the Stokes Fire Company.
Well, the Stokes Fire Company was really organized by invitation of Elwood Stokes, who was the president at that time of the Camp Meeting Association. and the Washington Fire Company at that time had a chemical engine and a hook and ladder. And he diverted those pieces of equipment to the Stokes boys who organized the company, which is fortunately still here today and bearing Mr. Stokes' name.
Well, I know you, excuse me, I know you have a lot of funny stories. Tell us just the one about the gentleman on the bicycle.
Oh, we had a fire chief that was responding to a fire on a bicycle, and he caught his foot in the sprocket, and it took 3 people to get his foot out of the sprocket, and by the time he got to the fire, it was all over with.
Well, I'll tell you, I know there are a lot more stories. We're going to have you back throughout the parade to tell us some more of the old-time stories. Nice to have it with us.
Good, thank you.
Okay, that's Pumper Schwartz. Let's go back to Bill and Kathy.
Thanks a lot to Bob Lampinen and to Pumper Schwartz for a little background on the Stokes Fire Company. We just saw the Eagle Hook and Ladder Fire Company, also of Ocean Grove, passing by while we were listening to Bob and Pumper Schwartz.
That's right, all of the volunteers from the Eagle Company on top. Following closely behind, the New Jersey Colonial Militia Fife and Drum Color Guard.
This will be our first fife and drum unit for the day. Let's take a listen.
From Morristown.
From Morristown, New Jersey, Kathy, that was the
New Jersey Colonial Militia. The Eagle Hook and Ladder marching unit. Emergency truck have a shot of them right now. They're following the Drum and Bugle Corps.
Some more apparatus from Ocean Grove. Another color guard coming up the street. This might be some local fellows from Neptune, if my line of march is correct.
I believe they are the Ocean Grove Fire Police marching unit.
It's a little difficult for us to see at this point. People at home probably have a better view than Kathy and I do right now.
Behind those marchers, Bill, is the Ocean Grove Fire Police van.
You know, Kathy, we're very fortunate, like we said, that because it's windy, it's probably not the greatest beach day in the world, even though it's sunny, but people can come out here and just enjoy watching this equipment, listen to a few bands, and see people passing by. It's just a nice way to spend a summer afternoon when it's a bit too windy for the beach, and I bet the crowd is lined throughout the streets of Ocean Grove.
Exactly, Bill. Since we are on a side street, we really don't have any idea of what the crowds are like in the center of town or along the beach area. We do have an aerial shot of where we are, and of course the people are out today.
As we saw a little earlier this morning, there were people beginning. And we've got Bob Lampinen standing by again, and let's go to Bob now.
Thank you very much. I have with me now the Grand Marshal of this great parade, Bill Gilbert. And Bill, not only the Grand Marshal, 52 years of firefighting. How do you do it so long?
I don't know. I guess it just grows on you.
And how about as the Grand Marshal? I know it's an honorary position, but it is a real honor.
It certainly is an honor. I certainly appreciate my company electing me to be Grand Marshal.
Tell us a little bit about some of the experiences you've had in the fire company.
Well, I've been an engineer on all the 3 pumpers that the Stokes has had. And that pumper you just saw go by here, the Aaron's Fox pumper, I was the first one to pump it in Asbury Park, and the last one before it went out. So that was quite an honor to be an engineer on that. I've been an engineer for 40 years on the Stokes Fire Company.
and you're still at it, and you've got a great turnout. The people of the community really turning out today, too.
Oh, yes, they do. They really like the fire companies in Ocean Grove. We don't get very good support.
You know what happens when the Grand Marshal does a good job, the parade's a success. You'll get all the credit if this works out well.
I can't say that. No, the fire company as a whole, especially Herb Nowak, worked very hard at this. No, I didn't have too much to do with it.
Well, okay.
I'm kind of over the hill, those kind of things.
I want you to assume your position back up on the reviewing stand. Nice to talk to you, and have a great day. We're having fun. Okay, that was our Grand Marshal, Bill Gilbert. Back to Kathy Hispanic and Bill Jamison.
Thanks a lot, Bob. Another good interview with the Grand Marshal, Bill Gilbert. Boy, he had some interesting points to make, too. The first one and the last one to use that pumper before it was retired. I guess he's seen quite a lot of things happen throughout the years.
During that interview, Bill, we did see the Neptune Fire Department, and coming up, we have another drum corps.
From Neptune, New Jersey. Kathy, that was the Harmony Senior Drum Corps from Boonton, New Jersey. They are nicknamed the Street Machine. They are known to participate in many events such as this throughout the tri-state area.
Looking good, gentlemen.
Following are Neptune firemen. In their dress blues, of course.
They've got to be a little warm out here today with this heat and humidity.
The Neptune Fire Department Chief's car, preceding the Neptune Fire Prevention car, and a Hamilton antique. Those drivers look pretty proud driving that antique car. The Hamilton Fire Company. The Unexcelled Fire Company also has its antique entry. Our aerial shot of that truck.
These units are all from Neptune, New Jersey. I see they're intermingling. We had Hamilton and then some Neptune, Unexcelled, and now Hamilton again just passing by. I guess they're all out here supporting Ocean Grove's anniversary.
The Hamilton antique truck preceding a later date model of the Hamilton Fire Company as well.
Another Hamilton truck.
The driver's definitely having a good time waving to the crowds.
And the crowd's enjoying it and waving back.
As we see truck after truck looking beautiful from our aerial shot off the Asbury Manor here on Stockton Avenue.
Kathy, it wouldn't be a parade without a few fire engines, and there's more than a few here today.
Hello, neighbor.
The Unexcelled Fire Company from Neptune making its way past the reviewing stand.
Another Unexcelled truck.
There were plenty of rules, Kathy, too, for these participants. They have to have all their equipment in operational order, I believe. They have to have certain apparatus, their firefighting equipment displayed.
That's right, Bill. Tip-top shape these rigs have to be in for this parade.
A list of rules to be able to participate in this event, and there's going to be judges throughout. You can see them probably throughout the course of our telecast of this event. They're in white shirts and white hats, and they're designated as, I guess you would call them parade marshals, for lack of a better term. At least I'm going to call them that. And they're out here to judge fire apparatus, but many of the bands, the marchers, and some of the color guards that are participating out here today.
a shot of the unexcelled fire company.
You may see some of these fire units have to keep their doors open to display their equipment. That was also in the rules, as I read before today, to be exactly what they had on board. Now there's a fella out here. It's a clown. He's not exactly what you call your firefighter, but he seems to be fully equipped nonetheless.
He's celebrating today with the rest of us. Getting up close and personal there with him. What is he pushing there, Bill? He's pushing something.
It looks to me to be a garbage can with a light on top of it. I'm not sure, Kathy. There's some more of our first aid equipment coming down now.
Yes, one of our
See the
older
lineup.
antique ambulances up front.
I don't think that's antique, Kathy. I just want to call that an old Chevy. 1949. Hey, wait a minute. 1949 doesn't make it an antique now.
Sorry,
Let's
Bill.
take it easy. Appears as though the clouds are starting to move in again, too. Hopefully we're not going to have any problems with the weather.
We'll weather the storm.
We will weather the storm as best as we can. As you know, rain, thunderstorms, and lightning do not make a happy couple with
electronic equipment.
Electronic equipment, exactly. Or announcers, for that matter. There's a shot of the reviewing stand. Pete Stagg and Grand Marshal Bill Gilbert are up there, along with a host of other dignitaries, some of whom you mentioned earlier.
We have local mayors. Mayor from Bradley Beach is here as well. Our Neptune Township mayor.
Senator Pallone, you mentioned, Doc Belaine, Assemblyman Palea. We seem to be stalled for just a minute. As I said, there's so much equipment, and let's go to Bob Lampinen now. He's standing by with another interview.
Thank you very much. Now we have Bike Holmes, and Bike is a lifetime resident of Ocean Grove. He doesn't look it, but he's only 81 years young. And Bike, how do you stay so young and good looking?
I work at it.
Well, you've been involved in the town for 81 years. I bet you've seen a lot of changes in this town.
A lot of changes, and I've seen a lot of changes in parades, and this is probably the biggest and best that I have seen.
Right.
We used to have parades where they drew the apparatus with horses, and that was some time ago.
I'm sure it was. I know we were talking before a little bit about the beach. One other area that's changed quite a bit are the bathing suits that the young ladies wear on the beach.
Yes, I think there's a lot of girl watching these days.
You don't do that, do you?
Oh, never. I wouldn't think of it.
Well,
I'd get caught.
And you've also been with the post office for 41 years, is that correct?
Right. That's right. I ended up postmaster.
And how did you get the mail delivered in the community? It's pretty tough, the roads and all. It's not an easy kind of a town to drive through.
No, it isn't. And snow was a great difficulty for us, too.
You having fun today?
Sure enough, it's great.
Well, it's nice.
Enjoy it.
It's nice to meet you, and
Thank you.
stay young and fit. I hope if I ever make it to your age, I look as good as you do.
Thank you. Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bike. That was Bike Holmes. Let's go back to Bill and Kathy.
Bob, you're not going to make it to his age if you keep worrying about girls in bathing suits on the beach. You should be out here thinking about your job.
What we saw during that interview was the Shark River Hills First Aid Squad make their way past the reviewing stand, as they are right now. They have 2 entries in today's parade.
We can see again that there are some units just lining up. As I said, the parade is so large that we are bound to run into a snag once in a while where we're stalling. You were here at the beginning of the parade when we opened up. Excuse me. You saw the end of the parade lining up to get ready to just fall into the line of march.
Believe it or not, we're through the 5th division of entries already, Bill, and as you mentioned, we have another group approaching the reviewing stand down the street. If our line of march is correct, they are the Oakland Rangers Junior Drum and Bugle Corps from Oakland, New Jersey.
Kathy, we saw this group warming up a little earlier, and they were really something to listen to. Maybe we'll get a chance as they approach us. You see them coming down the street. The Oakland Rangers. I keep wanting to call them the Oakland Raiders.
Raiders.
So get that out of the way. There's a bathing suit that Bob Lampinen was talking about. We lost her behind the rescue. There he is. There she is.
Where is he?
Good shot. Lovely young lady out here enjoying the afternoon weather.
Let's listen in to the Oakland Rangers from Oakland, New Jersey. Lovely aerial shot of the Oakland Rangers. Following close behind, we have the Ocean Grove Camp Meeting Trustees, Bill, with President James Truitt, Jim Lindemuth, and other officials following our marching band. The Ocean Grove Elementary School.
Some future firefighters.
They are second graders, I believe, Bill. Their teacher is Mrs. Upperman. And I believe they're going to go through a drill routine. They're going to perform that to a colonial march.
Kathy, that's the Colonel Bogey March that they're going to perform to here in front of the reviewing stand.
That's a colonial number, isn't it? The top 10? The top 10?
It's got to be top colonial hit parade. If it isn't, it will be. I guarantee you.
The student leaders are Faith Nowak and Judy Nellen. Adult coordinators Helen Stokes and Judy Nowak.
So Judy's been very busy too, as well as her husband Herb, getting this parade together.
As we'll see in a few minutes, these children are pretty lucky. They're one of the only performers, I believe, that are going to perform in front of the reviewing stand. So I'm sure they've been practicing for weeks for this special event.
And as I said, they're going to be the future firefighters of Ocean Grove, probably.
That's for sure. That wasn't a drizzle that we felt, Bill, was that?
No, I don't know. I think somebody spilled their lemonade.
a performance, Bill.
Some precision drill team marching. That's the Colonel Bogey March. I thought it was the theme from the bridge over the River Kwai, so I guess something finally predates me here at the parade. They may be the same.
Yeah, maybe. 16 little marchers from the Ocean Grove Grammar School.
Here's another aerial shot of the reviewing stand and look down Stockton Street in Ocean Grove. That camera, by the way, is on top of the Methodist home here in Ocean Grove, which is the tallest building in the community, and we're very pleased to, we're very thankful to them for all the support they gave us throughout today in preparation for this great event. We're getting a look at a float passing by. Christmas in August.
There's a shot of Santa up there in his sleigh. Nice Christmas tree. From the Ocean Grove Historical Society of Ocean Grove.
And following them, we have the United States Navy Color Guard just passing us here. And a real treat, you've heard them before, they're back again, the 84th Royal Highland Immigrants Bagpipe Band.
Coming into view, the Highland Immigrants Bagpipe Band.
Let's listen in, Bill, as they play a favorite Yankee Doodle Dandy. The 84th Royal Highland Immigrants Bagpipe Band with Pipe Major Richard Shackleton.
And they date back to 1755 if we're counting anniversary celebrations today, and we certainly are. As I said, we're out here celebrating the 100th anniversary, the Centennial Parade, honoring the Stokes Fire Company of Ocean Grove.
And speaking of fire engines, we have the Bradley Beach Pumpers coming quickly behind the Bagpipe Band. Do you know, I have a little story about the different colors of fire engines, Bill. Do you know several companies, when they changed their colors from the red to the yellow or lime green glow in the dark, and a lot of them found that was good for at night, and some of them changed back to the red, especially out in the Chicago area. But I'm sure that the yellow and the lime colored green are great during the night. You probably see them a lot easier.
But of course, we like to see them only out at parades. And as we watch them, let's go back to Bob Lampin, who's standing by with another interview.
Okay, thanks a lot. The mayor of Neptune Township is Tony Molinaro. And Tony, this is a lot more fun than budgets and zoning laws, isn't it?
Much more fun than budgets and zoning laws. It's a great day today for 100 years with the Stokes Fire Company. Gentlemen that participate in the volunteer fire company should be congratulated for, it's a special kind of person to be a member.
Well, Ocean Grove is a part of Neptune Township, and a very important part, isn't it?
Yes, it's a very vital part of Neptune Township with the waterfront and the ocean front, and it's a summer attraction to a lot of people from all parts of the state, all parts of the country.
Well, we've been talking mainly about the Stokes Fire Company, but throughout the township you have volunteer firemen, and they certainly do a terrific job for all the citizens.
Oh, on behalf of myself and on behalf of everyone, we thank the volunteer fire departments because they're a special kind of people who donate their time and their own safety for us. Really, they should be congratulated.
Okay, Tony, well, thanks for talking to us. Enjoy the rest of the parade. Okay. The mayor of Neptune, Anthony Molinaro, back to Bill and Kathy.
Thanks so much, Bob. Following the mayor's interview, we have a shot now of a few of the antique cars that are in today's parade.
Just a few of them. I know that there are many. We saw the old Chevy. Again, we decided it wasn't antique, but now Now we're seeing a Plymouth, and just here's a historic vehicle. This is what you officially call antique now, Kathy. If it's pre-1945, I'll go with antique.
Okay, all right. Well, let's just slide on that. The earlier one was from Shafto's Garage, and these other two are just gorgeous.
Well kept.
Rumble seat in the back. Those drivers, they're so proud. Beautiful black sedans. Rumble
There's
seat.
somebody using that rumble seat.
Not
Kathy.
bad, huh? How would you like sitting in one of those today?
If I could sit next to you, Kathy, I wouldn't mind.
That's why they brought back the convertibles. They just, you know, you can't get rid of them too long. It's a style that a lot of people go for. Coming up, we have
Go ahead, Kathy.
the PAL Starfire Cadets.
Color guard from the police athletic lead from Haledon, New Jersey. Again, some travelers decided to come down and celebrate. Their ages 5 to 15. And it looks like a color guard and drill team. I think we're going to see something. Crowd watching the Haledon, New Jersey PAL Starfire Cadets. A little drill team performance again. We're getting it all out here today, Kathy.
Following, we have the Yesterday Fire Department 1950 Rescue Squad.
It's an older vehicle. And here are some first of many entries from the Crescent Temple from Trenton, New Jersey. They're out here with their patrol and drill team. We are in the 7th division so far today. Well, we're going to have to take a short break here as the weather is changing rather rapidly and rather drastically. We have thunder and lightning in the area, and we have quite a bit of wires and, as we said before, a lot of electronic equipment. So for safety's sakes, we're going to have to take a short break, and if it's at all possible, we'll be back as soon as we can to continue with this very, very special parade. Please bear with us.
Shop Silvert's Furniture in downtown Freehold, where you'll discover a brand new beautiful world of fine furniture values. Silvert's features elegantly designed contemporary styles in a wide choice of colors and fabrics. Since 1929, Silvert's continues a tradition of providing an extraordinary selection of distinctive furniture for every room in your home. Whether your preference is something traditional or contemporary, see it at Silvert's, 45 South Street in downtown Freehold.
Welcome back. I'm Bill Jamison along with Kathy Hispanic, and as we mentioned right before the break, there were a number of thunder and lightning storms in the area, as well as plenty of rain, which caused quite a bit of problems with our electronic equipment, and that forced us to move inside here to our mobile production. And although the thunder and lightning caused quite a bit of problems for our cameramen who were perched on top of the unit and also top of the Methodist home here, the rain didn't stop the parade.
That's right, Bill. As you can hear in the background, there is a band going by right now, but being on top of a building is not the best place to be. The parade was everything officials said it would be. It was fantastic, and once again, we would like to congratulate the E.H. Stokes Fire Company on their centennial celebration.
And our special thanks also to Dave Powell from the Methodist home for all the support they gave us throughout our coverage, and we hope that you enjoyed it. And once again, good evening. I'm Bill Jamison along with Kathy Hispanic for TV-34.